Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Destiny Richards.
Yay! In studio with us, so she's joining us. Why not?
You've been on before. This is the first time you're
in this capacity.
Yes, here at the desk with us.
Yes.
You were in-house, so we thought, why not have you on?
Yeah.
No longer that little
To talk
box.
about morning commute.
Yeah, this morning we want to know how long is your morning commute? Chime in below. Let us know. Short one, long one. Maybe you work from home. I know some of you talk about it, and we're jealous of you. We're gonna get to more of it coming up in just a second. But first, let's connect the dots.
More people are making peace with more time in the car. Let's connect the dots. In the last 4 years, the number of commuters who drive more than 75 miles to work has increased by nearly a third. That means thousands of Americans are spending more than 3 hours on the road every single day. And some don't seem to mind it. The Wall Street Journal sat down with so-called supercommuters who say it allows them to buy houses away from the city for cheaper. Plus, the rise of remote and hybrid work also means people are commuting fewer days a week, so they can justify the longer commute. But experts warn over the years, all that time in traffic can be taxing. They recommend testing it out before making a big move to the outer burbs to make sure you really don't mind that drive. And that is connecting the dots.
It's the one good thing about this shift, getting up at like 2 in the morning, is that you're not dealing with rush hour traffic. Yeah, we don't all get up at 1 o'clock or whatever time you do, Larry Sprinkle.
It is coming in, but going. It's my own fault. I'm to blame for staying here too late and get caught in traffic on the way home every day.
Yeah, but you know how different that drive home is, different than the drive here in the morning when you come here in the morning.
Stark difference.
Yeah. How long's your commute?
So I live fairly close because I wanted to be able to get here soon if I need to as a morning reporter, but also, you know, if I sleep in on accident.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, which can happen on this shift.
Yeah, so about 10 minutes early in the morning, and then on my way home, it gets to like 15 minutes. On a worse day, 20 minutes.
That's not bad.
Well, that'd be nice.
Yeah. I do wonder, though, when I leave here around, after our broadcast at 12:30, 1 o'clock, I'm like, is this everyone's lunch break, or why is there so much traffic in the middle of the day?
Crazy.
It's very confusing.
Welcome to the new Charlotte.
I feel like this trend, because we say this has happened in the last 4 years, this super commute thing has become more popular. I feel like so much of it is people who, during the pandemic, were working remotely and thought, you know what? I'm going to move out to the outer burbs, and I'm going to get this big, beautiful house, because who cares? I'm not driving in anymore.
Got all that land.
And now their boss says, hey, you got to get back in the office. And they're like, oh, no. I've got this hour-and-a-half commute, and it's, I mean, if you do it a couple of times a week, that's fine, but personally, we all make different decisions. Personally, that's taking away from my quality of life. Like, if I'm spending 3 hours a day in a car, like that's...
and you're not happy driving in the traffic here.
And you can't get anything done. You can't be productive. You're not spending it with loved ones. Like, I personally would prefer to live in a more modest means closer, but that's just me.
So do you think people are going to push to say, okay, I'm only coming in, like a lot of people are, 2 days a week and work from home? Or do you think we're going to see people now move again closer to...
If you look at what's going on in Charlotte, just in the immediate area around uptown Charlotte, all the apartments, they're preparing for more and more people to live in apartments. I mean, there are thousands of new apartments being constructed around uptown.
I'm seeing them everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. Well, everywhere but near uptown. So I think a lot of people realizing that the new Charlotte is a crowded, traffic-filled commute
And I think lunch commutes are a thing now, too, because during the lunch hour, Chick-fil-A's personally in my neighborhood, I'm seeing them, the long lines, and they're affecting intersections and things like that.
Well, we've done a story on that. What Chick-fil-A was it that they completely changed because it was blocking the intersection?
The Woodlawn Park Road.
Yes, I think it was that one.
And the one in Cotswold, they changed as well.
They did too,
But the one on South Boulevard is...
Melissa, we love Melissa. My commute is from the bedroom to my desk in the kitchen. So about 30 seconds. But someone always leaves the pantry door open, so I have to watch for that on my way.
That's good. I didn't put that in my traffic report. So I
the longest commute I've ever heard has nothing to do with Charlotte. It's a friend of mine who doesn't live there now, but it has nothing to do with the United States. But he lived in Bangkok, Thailand. And his commute really was 3.5 hours one way every day.
No.
Across Bangkok.
You are losing your life there.
So how do you do that? He said that there are, this is crazy, but if you take, there are certain taxis, and you can do it yourself, there are portable facilities you can take with you. you're stuck.
Well, I'm going to get that for road trips with my kids because they ask to stop for the bathroom every 10 minutes.
I can use that out in the field, personally. You're not guaranteed a bathroom.
I feel bad for the people like in Rock Hill, for instance, that the traffic is getting so bad now because there's not really too many other different routes.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I was kind of more on the midday schedule of like Wednesday through Friday. I was living in Stallings when I first moved here. I would actually almost wait 30 minutes just staying at work compared to just sitting in traffic because it was a difference of 10 minutes. Yep. Like I was like, do I want to sit in my car or at least just get something done?
My dad did that when he lived in Boston and in Dallas. My mom said he would go work out by his office and then commute home.
Yeah, you're better off.
Was Boston and commute to Dallas or Boston?
When he worked for an architecture firm in Boston and then in Dallas. So both of those he was dealing with traffic. And now I love you, Dad. I don't think he works out anymore at all.
I also think there's a difference. And I mean, we talk about the red line and the silver line, and this week that's made the news and what our city's trying to do. That is also different, and I think people are willing to put up with a commute if it's a passive commute, as in you can sit and read a book or listen to a podcast or catch up with family, do multiple things.
Yeah.
Then that's one thing. If you're spending 45 minutes doing that, sitting on a train, that's a little bit more tolerable because you can be productive. Right. If you're in the car driving, you're
you're distracted.
You're just cussing a lot.
No, you're not.
You're not?
Yeah. You probably are.
Yeah, but that could also be some of the plus sides. I think if you have a long commute, something I miss sometimes is having more time to like decompress.
Yeah.
I do get that.
Time to listen to music.
Crank up the music.
I do enjoy a nice podcast or,
For some people, that's their quiet time.
Yeah, on the way home.
I do get that. I do get that.
Yeah, if you have an hour commute, you better have a good book on tape.
That's right.
That's true. That's true. All right, folks, weigh in. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning for another edition of WCNC Charlotte To Go.
Bye.